Have you ever wondered what books you really should read to help you in your business? Hi, I'm Lisa Larter, and welcome to this week's edition of Shop Talk. I've got a confession. As long as I can remember, I have been a book reader. I would rather sit downstairs with a cup of tea and a good book and just lose myself reading all day long than I would work. You know, in some cases, I think I probably should have been an editor in another life or in this life because I love to read. So I want to talk to you today about 5 books that really made a difference in my life. The first book that I read that really made a huge difference is Good to Great. Good to Great is written by Jim Collins, and it really teaches you the difference between a good business and a great business. And if you are aspiring to create greatness, whether it's inside of a corporation or inside of your own business, this is a must read. The second book that really helped me is Primal Leadership by Daniel Goleman. Daniel Goleman writes about emotional intelligence, and in his book, Primal Leadership, he talks about all the different ways that you can be a leader or the different styles of leaders. And you may or may not know this, but you demonstrate these different styles at different times, and you have a propensity for one style versus another. This makes you consciously competent of what style to use and when, and makes you more cognizant of the impact that your leadership has on your team, your business, and your customers. The third book that I think is really key for people to read is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And not just Rich Dad, Poor Dad, but Rich Dad, Poor Dad and the cash flow quadrants. Rich Dad, Poor Dad really allows you to look at how your business and how you spend money impacts your life. When I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, I called my husband up and said, we gotta sell our house because there's no way I wanna sit on a mortgage that's this big because I wanna be financially independent and mortgage free by the time I'm 40. That was in my 30s, and believe it or not, based on that book, we made that happen. So his work is absolutely awesome if you're trying to reach financial independence. The other book that I read, and I quit my job to become an entrepreneur 2 weeks later, is The Millionaire Maker by Loral Langemeier. You may or may not be able to get your hands on a copy of this book because it's a little bit old too, but it is a huge mind-shifting book around how to go from being an employee to being a business owner, and it shows you how your skills are transferable into your business. I highly recommend Loral's work. And then the last book, and this book is a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit hard to read, but if you want to learn about strategy, The Fifth Discipline by Peter Senge is the book that all the Fortune 500 company CEOs read. This book allows you to think and learn about strategy on a different level, and it's not easy to read. It's really intellectual and academic, but I'm telling you, some of the pages I had to read like 3-4 times to get the message, but it is a powerful book. And if that book turns you off because of the size, my 6th bonus is The Art of War by James Clavell. James Clavell takes an ancient story and translates it into business strategy, and I gotta tell you, I have used principles from The Art of War to help me get what I really want in my business a number of times. It's helped me to think strategically, to build stronger relationships, and really advance the cause that I was trying to move forward. So there you go. Not only did you get 5, you got a 6th bonus book, books that I think are highly valuable. And you know, just a plug for reading. The more you read, the more you expand your vocabulary, the more knowledge you have, and no one can ever take your knowledge away. So now share with me, what are some of the books that have changed your life? What are some of the books that you just can't imagine living if you hadn't read? Leave me a comment below and share the top 2, 3 books that you've read that have really made a difference in your life and in your business. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next week on another edition of Shop Talk.